How do autistic children experience sensory differences in early childhood? Hi everyone, it's Beck here. Today I'm talking about a study from Melbourne that explored early autistic sensory experiences from the perspective of autistic adults and caregivers of autistic children. This study highlights the importance of holistically considering the unique and complex sensory experiences of children from an early age, with sensory perceptions described as contextual. This means children could show varied responses to the same type of stimuli. For example, the sound of cars at motorsports could be tolerated, while the sound of babies crying could be overwhelming. The physiological impacts of sensory differences could impact on daily life as well. In some cases, overloading the nervous system could lead to involuntary physical reactions such as gagging while brushing their teeth. Children's sensory differences can also lead to underreporting of pain, which could have serious medical consequences. For example, a child having a ruptured appendix without reporting the severity of symptoms. Socially, participants describe feeling different to their peers as a child due to their sensory differences, but finding solidarity with other autistic people. Participants also describe the social challenges of the important yet daunting task of advocating for sensory differences without reinforcing negative stereotypes such as seeming demanding. Aligning with other literature in this area, the study found that sensory experiences could not be separated from the environment. Some children need a degree of control over sensory experiences to reduce anxiety associated with sensory overload. While they felt a lack of control over the environment, children could quickly escalate into a meltdown. Other children use controlled stimuli such as chewing to feel regulated, which could reduce their anxiety and support their participation in activities. Identifying strategies and adapting environments to honour the child's sensory preferences was seen as fundamental in supporting autistic children's engagement. For example, eating on melamine plates enabled one family to eat together by removing the screeching of cutlery on crockery. Families also described autistic children removing themselves from overwhelming situations so they could recover. Caregivers' expertise in understanding their children's experiences and their mastery of accommodation was clear in this study. Therefore, clinicians should strive to work closely with parents to understand what accommodations currently work for their child. Children also unknowingly implemented accommodations to meet their own sensory needs, and therefore, where possible, children should also be included in conversations about their sensory needs as well.